Thank you for clicking on this video. Enjoy!
Alright, so last time we played, there was what we'll call a starfall. Carolyn still has not come back from fighting the Chimera. Zephyr, who's now being called Blaze, because apparently the name changed. It's fine, it's great, it's fun. Has come back. They have brought a bat clock for the tavern itself, but they've also successfully stolen the invisibility cape for Kyle. So he'll be... And then we sent Blaze back to bring the cape to Kyle, who's gone with... what's the name of the... I'm having a blank on the name of the dwarf lady. I'm having a blank. It's all good. Anyway, so they're investigating the meteor storm that happened. And yeah, that's kind of where we somewhat left off. Rhea, yes, thank you, Rhea. Thank you, Zoe. I'm like, I don't remember all the names. Alright, Act 2, Starlight Sonata, Chapter 7, Crossroads of 3, Third of the Astral Moon. Yeah, so Rhea... And then Blaze was joined by Melly to go find Kyle, Rhea, and Alethea. There we go. That's what it was. Yeah, Kyle, out of the bunch so far, Kyle is my favorite. Kyle is just amazing. Such a drama queen. Good morning! Good morning, Melly. Good morning, Blaze. What have you been up to, both been up to today? Oh, you know, dilly-dallying and such. I was not dilly-dallying. He was! It goes well with the brooding. Sounds like a wonderful morning. Can I offer you both something to drink in these early hours? Yes, please. Can you make me something smart and sparkly? Can do. If I go based on memory, she wanted the Sparkling Nebula. So that means 3 of these. And then 2 of Charm. Excuse me. A fresh brew of smart sparkles. Thank you. This is just the right amount of sparkles. Happy to hear that. Blaze, what can I get for you? Nothing. All right. So, has the cave found its way back home yet? Yes. The vampire was thankful, if melancholic. It seems to have awakened memories of old woe. He seemed pretty excited to me. He should be. It fits him well. Almost like it was made for him. It was very interesting seeing a vampire in person. His fangs were shorter than I thought they would be. I expected them to be the size of a colossal saber-toothed tiger's fangs, but they were much teenier. Could you imagine if a vampire had the frickin' saber-toothed tiger fangs? That would go, like, up to their chest and way too big for their head. A common a common misconception. Where did you find him? At the local Gaia temple. It got split in the middle by a fallen star. That sounds morbidly interesting. It was. I overheard some priests say they're thinking about rebuilding the temple around it because it looks kind of cool. And people like distinct temples. They do. The vampire was traveling with a really nice dwarf and a holy woman of Cassiopeia. They were asking around to see if the priests knew anything about the star rain. Did they? No, I could have told them that 2 days ago. But while we were sneaking around and listening in, we overheard the strangest conversation. Turns out Alethea, that's a cleric's name, found out that one of the priests was actually a wobbling ooze in disguise. Scandalous. I know, right? But in the end, it was all okay. The others forgave him, and he promised to try and become a real priest. Apparently, he loves the humidity in the temple. They all hugged and everything. It was very sweet. I was really happy we could see that from the shadows. We? Me and the mysterious and quiet Blaze. He's my new associate. No such thing. It's great to see you two working together so closely. You make a great duo. We are not a duo. Thank you! How did you find the right moment to give Kyle his cape between all those heightened emotions? We didn't. She got caught. I thought one of the pillars would be big enough to hide behind, but it wasn't. I was about to say, how are you not small enough to hide behind a pillar? It wasn't a pillar. It was a tall vase. I felt very hidden when Alethea suddenly asked me if I wanted to stop hiding now. She was paying a lot of attention. I think she noticed me from the very beginning. She's so cool and smart. Did you ask her about her investigation? I did, but she said it was too early to share any insights. Even when I kept asking, she wouldn't budge. So I asked Master Smith for Oscarip to tell me more about the temple's architecture instead. Did you know that its altar was built from a 1,000-year-old oak? I didn't. That's fascinating. It is! She also told me I have to work on myself, that being small isn't going to be enough. True. I think she knows from experience. Better not tell her that. Better not. So, are you going to work on it? Yes, Blaze is going to show me the ropes. Is he now? Have to. She'll get herself killed otherwise. That's a very dramatic way to look at things. But also very nice of you. Excuse me. So, would you say your investigation was a success? Kind of. We got to see how clueless the other investigators are and returned the cape to Mr. Vampire. But we didn't find out anything new about the stars. And I didn't even get to see any monsters. I was hoping maybe some would have fallen from the astral sea and I could have studied them. A dangerous, if a very exciting dream. Mostly a foolish one. You think so? Have you met monsters before? What kinds? Do you have favorites? What were the first ones you ever met? Did they try to eat you or be your friend? Of course I've encountered monsters before. They've been a part of my life for many years. The shadows are full of them. Really? That's scary. Of course it is. So the first monster you ever saw were shadow monsters? No. They were much worse than that. What is it? Can I have a drink after all? The words aren't flowing easily. Of course. Same as last time? Yes. Let's see if I can find something sweetly charismatic. He will want the spoken art. One, 2, 3. 1 fight, and 1 defense. A drink, just for you. Thanks. How is it? Fine. That means it's perfect! So, where was I? Oh, right, shadow monsters. Back when I was younger, I had just joined the Shadow Bands and was eager to prove myself. It's said there are great riches far in the depths of the Gravelmac, a dangerous mountain range in eastern Fezoa. Hidden treasure troves full of precious gems and gold, and out some depths. Hoping to find some jewels, I made my way there to the darkest of its crevices. Guarding its steps were creatures no one would ever choose to face. Bleak stalkers straight from the Twilight Chasm. Hideous creatures that have every right to be associated with the Nightmare Realm. They typically feed on rocks and gemstones, but they seem to think bones have the same general consistency. I wasn't able to harm them with my mortal weapons, so I distracted them with some of the gems I had managed to pocket earlier. It was a close call. I'll never forget their twisted antlers and beak-like snouts. They sound kind of cute. They were not cute. If you say so, maybe one day I'll encounter some. Pray you never will. No thanks. Deep within the Gravelmac hide long-lost treasures and terrifying bleak stalkers, though the Ribidic is still out on their cuteness level. Hello, Hammer. How are you doing tonight? Excuse me. No thanks. Oh, Kierlan's back. Trying to remember if those were there before. I knew these were, but... Welcome back, Kierlan. Are you alright? Yeah, of course. You want a drink? Yes, give me something strong, please. No watered down muck. Got it. How are you doing, Hammer? Southern Brawler. Then 1 charisma. And 1 defense. Strong and with zero water, just like how you like it. Thanks, needed that. You're welcome. Say, Innkeep, you got room in your neat little book full of recipes for 1 more drink? Sure, got one for me? You bet, it's what my Baba used to drink back in the day. My adventure reminded me of it. Sailor's Courage. Sailor's Courage gives even the driest landlubber the qualities of a good sailor. A lot of strength, a dash of defense, a shot of charisma, and the inability to know fear. A perfect all-rounder. Well, almost. Who needs common sense anyways? Spinach, not included. Yeah, so this is one of those drinks that's going to need a infusion. I can already tell just by how a little bit everywhere as it is. Excuse me. Hey, Joseph, how are you? Thank you, Kierlan. Why are you so sad? I ain't sad. But you look sad and you sound sad, and the innkeeper looks worried. Probably because you're sad. I am worried. Don't be. Too late. Like I said, I ain't sad. Not really. More... I'm not sure. My chest feels tight and I feel lightheaded. Maybe I'm dying? Those are all side effects of being sad. bomb? Why are we bombing people? Who are you anyway? I'm Millie, the world's greatest detective. I'm Carolyn. Who's that punk next to you? That's my sneaky assistant. He got a name? You love Carolyn? Yeah, Carolyn's not bad. Oh, Blaze is about to change names again. Oh my god. I find this so funny. Each time someone asks his name, is like a new name. Malankite. Huh. So, I would like to detect why you're sad. Likewise. Does it have to do with that wyvern chimera whose saliva you were hunting for? You met a chimera? A wyvern chimera, yeah. That's so cool. Why? How? You're alive? Sure am. Do you remember that forgetful vampire, Millie? Of course! He put out a quest for chimera saliva. He thinks it may be able to produce a sunscreen strong enough for him to walk in the daylight once more. Carolyn was brave enough to pick up his quest. Whoa! That's amazing! How would you even get the saliva of a guardian? By killing it. Oh. Would you like to tell us what happened? Is that really necessary? I think it might be good for you. Poof. And very interesting for us. You don't really want to disappoint Millie, do you? Miss Carolyn, will you please tell me the story? Fine. Thank you! I didn't mean to kill it. Seems like an extraordinarily blasphemous thing to do. For someone non-religious, you concern yourself an awful lot with it. Just trying not to be a dick, that's all. Usually I got no trouble killing beasts, but my Baba would have lost it if I had told her I harmed a guardian. I think so, at least. Not like she'd ever fought any of them. But she had the natural ability to know when it would have been right to do so. I ain't got that kind of sense. We'll see about that. How did the fight start? On my way there, I changed my mind from fighting to sneaking. Thought if I was quiet enough and had the veil of night on my side, I could just steal the saliva from right under its nose, or maw. Drooled quite a bit, that thing. But I didn't know my way around the Quagman Grove, and I wasn't as quiet as I should have been. Oh, I know all about that. But you got a giant sword, so you were prepared, right? Of course. Innkeep here even hooked me up with some fire resistance. Came in handy. And this sword, well, was made for killing beasts. Even the good kind, I suppose. Is it a magic sword? Not sure. Doesn't do any magic tricks. But it's stronger than your average steel, and can resist even the highest heat, even without practical potions. It used to belong to my grandma. She left it behind for me. That's so sweet. Your parents gonna leave you anything? No, they weren't expecting to go, so they didn't think about it that in time. But that's okay. I can find my own treasure. I'm sure you will, kiddo. So the camera not noticed you? Yeah, Sly Beast pretended to be asleep while I approached it with the bucket. When I tried to catch its saliva, it snapped at me. Would have taken my arm if it wasn't so tough. The ensuing fight was something else. Next to its dragon's head, it spotted a lion and a snake head. They fought me all at once with overwhelming ferocity. It was the fiercest enemy I've ever encountered, and even though its fire couldn't harm me, it took everything in me to best it. I may have defeated it in the end, but I felt honored to have fought such a formidable foe. So you defeated it with your badass sword? I did. This weapon really saved my skin. Dealing the final blow, I felt like my grandmother was holding my hand and guiding me towards victory. Or maybe I just imagined that. Maybe that doesn't matter, as long as it felt real. Maybe. I even gave it a proper burial. It deserved an honorable send-off. I almost left the sword with it too, but it's too good of a weapon. The dead don't need swords anyways. Yeah. Alright, ads are starting. I will go on. Be right back real quick. Hey, we're back. You know, I did achieve her dream. I saw a wyvern chimera in the flesh. I fought it even, and then I killed it. Does that mean I killed her dream? I think it means her sword saved you from dying. I'm sure that was a dream of hers too. No you, Zoe. No you. Possibly, but she would have found another way out of it, I'm sure. But she ain't here, so I thought maybe it was time I put her to rest as well. Left my goodbyes for her with a chimera. Maybe you can pass them on? May Twat listen to your pleas. May he find that much mercy in his cold, dead heart. Is he dead, you think, Twat? I mean, he does reside over the spirit realm, and only the dead can go up there, so he must have died to have gotten there too. Or he's always existed there. Oh my god, I have the hiccups, I'm sorry. Excuse me. Was made to watch over the dead. He's a god, after all. There's no clear consensus on what the Great Spirit Dragon really is. A dead dragon, a god who could always control death from his very inception. A reflection of what we believe death to be. Death itself. It could be anything. What would you like him to be? What hopes do you have? I hope he's kind. I hope so too. Then I think he's kind. Maybe we should follow his example? That's what heroes are for, right? Indeed. You're one of those, right, Kirlin? Of course she is, silly. I have to agree. You know what would be very heroic of her? What? If she brought the saliva to Kyle, the vampire, I'm sure his joy about finally being able to walk in the sun will be extraordinary. Too lazy to go yourself? My domain is merely my tavern. You're much more likely to run into him. Huh. Fine. Might as well. Need to get moving anyway. You're leaving? No, just need to move around. And do you happen to know where I can find this vampire? Last saw him at the Kaya temple. The priest might know where he went. I know where he wanted to go. I overheard him talking about it. Care to share? I want to trade it. The information, I mean. For what? Can you teach me how to use a greatsword? That's it. Sure thing. Right now? Is right now okay? I've got time. It might take you more than one lesson, though. That's okay. I've got time. It's a deal, then. I'll show you the basics, and you tell me where to find the vampire. Yippee! That is, if your assistant is alright with that. Don't care. Not my circus. Not my monkey. Oh my god. I do like Blaze / Malachite / frick, what was his first name? I have it noted down somewhere. Zephyr. I do also like him, though. Makes me laugh. Huh. Okay, kiddo, let's go. And keep. Can we use your front yard? Of course. Go wild. Will do. Are you coming too, Mal? No, I'll stay here and have another drink. I like how everyone immediately respects whatever new name he chooses to. Because Melly knew him as Blaze from the get-go. And now she's like, Mal! Okay, you can join us later. I can't wait to learn how to fight. It'll be so helpful for future adventures. Innkeeper, do you have any quests I could go on after this to practice my sword and stealth skills? Not yet, but I'm sure something will come in. Be patient. I promise, I'll have a quest for you soon. I can't wait. I'm going to destroy any challenge with wits, stealthiness, and giant swords. Ha! I know you will. But first, I gotta practice. See you later! I like her ambition. I like her naivety. Some would call it optimism. A waste of time. Illusions get you nowhere. You would know. Another drink, please. Same as before. Sweet and all. Coming right up.
A good stream as well. I might come raid you, maybe. It's like a like one of the reasons why I didn't raid you one time, even though you had your charity stream, was Buzu. Look, I mean, gosh dang it! I'm sorry, Boozwash. I didn't mean to call you Buzu. This was a Pokemon stream. I'm sorry. Someone redeemed Egg.
Did you mess up on names, Nanners? Yeah, Zozo's here. Nerpy looking cozy AF. Yeah, had a rough day. My neck/head was hurting really bad, had a really bad headache. And that caused me to have, nausea. Which I'm still not feeling 100% okay. Hence, the cozy. You want to go home already? Aren't you supposed to be home by now? 2 p.m. to 10 p.m. sucks. Oof. You're only gonna be done at 2 a.m. my time? Oof. But yeah, this might be a shorter stream. I'll see how I feel. Some sweet optimism for my most pessimistic customer. This is sweet enough to make me optimistic for future drinks. Wow, I'm proud of myself here. You should be. So, Malachite? Just leave me to my pondering. Got it. You got this, Nanners. Ooh, Fable's back. Hiya, Innkeep. Hiya, Fable. I'm so happy to see the tavern looking healthy again, and you too. I'm sorry it took me so long to check in. That's alright. I hope the last 2 days weren't too hard on you. No, not at all. I was just very busy. A bunch of the Ashen Grove's trees got knocked over, and I spent a lot of time rescuing and leading group therapy sessions with the local wildlife. And of course had to check in on all the nearby settlements too. See if they needed help with any damage after all of that. Did Uncle Dragon make it? Yes, the werewolf settlement took a bit of a hit, but everyone made it out okay. Mr. Dragon was making emergency soup when I arrived. I think he's a stress cooker. It's very nice of you to check in with everyone. But we love you, Nanners. Thank you for being here, probably on your breaks. I had to make sure everyone was okay. I used up a lot of my healing salves, but that's what they're there for. I'm not happy I had to use them, but I'm glad I was prepared. May I request something? Go ahead. Do you maybe have a drink in your repertoire that could assist someone in a situation like mine? Right? Right, Zoe? Your drinks are powerful. I'd like something that would make me tougher while also replenishing my social energy. I think I'm all done with helping out now, but a drink like that would be a real game changer in case something like this happens again. I don't think I have a recipe for that yet. But don't worry, I've already got an idea. Ooh, 1,000 winds. Swept up in the 1,000 winds, you become as charming and elusive as the elemental messengers. Somehow, that feels exactly like resting on a tropical island, enjoying a refreshing drink and pleasant company. Its very swirls are perfect for avoiding unwanted questions. But even without such a drink, I'm sure people were very thankful for your presence. Well, they weren't mad about it, at least. Though, I sort of feel like people aren't really as concerned as I thought they'd be. When I saw the stars fall, I thought for sure the world was going to end. Yes, I recall. You were right that it wouldn't, of course. But I thought that people would be a little more freaked out by the lack of a night sky. But everyone just seems to be okay with it. I asked one of my sisters about it, and she said, "Who cares? Some wide-eyed adventure will surely put them back at some point. Let's worry about replanting those tomatoes." Can I give Fable a hug? Fable gets a hug. It's happening. Good. Give Fable all the hugs. I don't even know if you could put them back. You can never put back what's lost. But you can always replace it with something new. I'm not sure that you can replace the stars, or if you should approach loss that way. It's all a matter of perspective. I wouldn't mind a bunch of trees up in the night sky for a change. Right. But it still would be much nicer if some things would just stay the same. They never do. I'm just happy everyone's okay. Did you check on Carolyn yet? She should be hacking my terrace to pieces outside. I did, outside, on your definitely not hacked up terrace. Just out of curiosity, do you own any wood glue? It was nice to see that she's okay too. I was a little worried she would just leave and never talk to me again. So it's nice watching her train Millie with so much enthusiasm, and to catch up a bit, that too. She tried to rope me into their greatsword training. Did you accept? I'm not really a sword kind of elf, but it was fun to watch her teach Melly. She's very sweet. Indeed. And I was just relieved to see Carolyn doing alright. And she was relieved about Mr. Dragon. And about you, I'm sure? Maybe? To celebrate our well-being despite the absurdity of this world, how about a drink? I would love a drink. Can I try that new one I requested? 1,000 Winds, was it? In case I run into more people in need of help on the way back. Pseudo-woodo, if you guys want to catch it. I'm sure I'll find just the right thing. That's... Okay, so I do need an infusion. I guess the question is which one? This one could do it. Yes, it'll have to be this one. So 2 of you. 1, 2. Then 2 of you. Right? 1,000 Winds, yep. A breezy drink inspired by you and your kindness. Thank you. Your drinks are still the highlight of my day. She makes the best drinks, right? They're... okay. Really? Do you actually think that? Or is it this a thing where you just don't want to be nice? People seem to do that a lot for some reason. They taste good. As good as things that can taste when you're, me. Well said. Thank you. By the way, I completely forgot to introduce myself. I'm Fable. I'm an elf and a ranger, and I come here a lot. They are also an incredibly courageous and capable hero. That's not true. Not yet. I am working on it. Being a hero, I mean. Why? Because I dream of adventure and all the wonderfully exciting things it can bring. And I want to help people. Why? Why not? I'm Malachite. Oh, he didn't change names this time. He stuck with Malachite. Okay. Oh, you're Mal. I mean, Malachite, obviously. Millie just talked about a Mal. She said they, or I guess you, are very cool and are her new friend. She sounded very happy about it. We're not friends. She just won't leave me alone. Oh. Okay. Then why do you spend time with her if you don't like her? That sounds really mean. She keeps following me. And you take her along? Not by choice. I don't know you well enough to judge the truth behind all this. But I think you should be honest. With her and with yourself. Honesty goes a long way. I also believe that thing in Zoford could be fixed with honesty as well. You mean the missing familiar? I heard several familiars are missing, actually. And I believe with so many mages and familiars present, someone is bound to know something. But maybe they're just scared to face possible consequence for their honesty. Mage mania. There are a lot of people in Zoford. Someone is bound to know something about the missing familiars. Where are they hiding? I think we had something else about familiars. Yes, right here. Still not enough requests, though. Sounds like Zoford is going through an eventful time. Thank you for letting me know. I'll keep an eye or two out for future developments. Zoford isn't very far from here, is it? Not too far. It's in eastern Fezoa, and is, to my knowledge, the biggest harbor town the Republic has to offer. I can only recommend its many summer festivals. Very pretty fireworks. Why? Does it sound like something up your alley? No, not mine, but... Melina's seeking her first quests. Maybe this could be something for her. She needs to practice her skills outside of risk-free theory. Good idea. I'll see if I can reserve it for her. Sorry for asking, but first quests? I thought Millie just turned 10. Isn't that a bit young for quests? No, I was a similar age when I ventured on my first quest. The one with the horrifying nightmare creatures? Yes. Oh, that's sad. No, that's cool. No, I think that's a little sad. Children shouldn't have to face such danger that early. Why not? It's always there. Might as well confront them with it when they're young, so they can accept its existence in their lives. That's an insane thing to say. Just because the world can be horrible doesn't mean we should confront children with that fact as early as we can. It's already bad enough that us grown-ups have to deal with it so much. Why should they just accept it if we can make the world a better place for them instead? I mean, when you were on a quest with, and I quote, horrifying nightmare creatures, weren't you scared? Wouldn't you have preferred not to be alone? It builds character. A character that thinks we should put other kids in miserable situations. Sure did a lot of good for you there. Weren't your parents worried to death about you? Excuse me. You got enough rumors to make a quest yet, Innkeep? Not yet. Give me another day. People are so busy talking about or ignoring all that started Blade, they're losing sight of the important things. Like feeding me new information. Is that very nutritious for you? No, but it's fun. In that case, the fun I can provide in a day is running out. Unfortunately, the horrors of this world do not stop chasing me nor anyone else. I shall take my leave. Good luck. See you around with less horrors, I hope. Now I'm worried. About Malachite or... Oh, sorry. About Malachite or Millie? Both. Are you really going to send her on that quest? If she wants to go, but I don't think you have to worry about it that much. Zoford is a beautiful city with very low crime rate. I think she can handle a couple of rowdy familiars. And I doubt she'd be going alone. I hope not. There's little worse than being alone when you're scared. Very true. Are you scared of anything? About bad Yelp reviews? I don't think you have to be scared of that. You make the best drinks in all of Asteria. I think as long as you like my drinks, I'll be okay. You've got my 5 stars in the bag. I would ask what you're afraid of, but... the answer would be everything. Is it? Yes. But I'm working on not letting my fear stop me. I might not be able to avoid feeling afraid, but I can always just do things when scared. Rather than not at all. Maybe. That is still a terrifying thought. How do you handle situations you're afraid of? I used to have a terrible habit of walking away from the things that scared me, but... with the right people by your side, saying becomes less of a crushing weight on your shoulders. You realize that even if things aren't perfectly comfortable, they are still worth experiencing. That sounds lovely. I've never seen friends of yours around the tavern before. Maybe you should invite them over sometime. Perhaps, though one of my friends is sitting here right now. Where? Wait, are they invisible? Oh, you mean me. That makes me really happy. Also makes me feel pretty bad about having to go back home. Don't worry, go home. Fix the many things that worry you, as long as you come back. Always. I'll see you tomorrow, Innkeeper. See you tomorrow, my friend. Alright, so I'm still not feeling the best. Mostly a little bit tired from being sick earlier. So I think we're going to go block raids. And then, depending on how I feel after this day, we'll keep going or we'll end. We'll see. Act 2. Starlight Sonata, Chapter 8, New Horizons, 4th of the Astral Moon. Yeah, just part of not feeling the greatest, unfortunately. It's fine. We'll survive. Ooh, new person. Sorry. That made me think of Good Mythical Morning. YouTube. Rhett and Link. I was like, wait, what? Good Mythical Morning. It's well past noon. It's still morning somewhere. Plus, a wizard doesn't care about things like time. Time's not only relative, but also flexible. GMM, yeah, right? Like a gummy worm. One time, I've actually tried breaking through the space-time continuum using a loophole through the primordial vortex. And? Did it work? No. But, almost. I would have needed a drip of primordial sea to enhance the curvature, and that should have done it. But no access to the primordial sea. Bummer. Oh my god, I have the hiccups still. I'm so sorry. I've heard that's not very easy to get. Practically it is. Practically? Practically in theory, duh. Ah, that makes sense. I get it. You do? Of course I do. Interesting. And suspicious. Are you mayhaps also a person of magic? Well, I do make magical drinks. Enchanted mixology. That indeed is a niche. Say, innkeeper, did something you make ever explode? Occasionally. Heck yeah, welcome to the club. I think I blow something up at least once or twice a week. I'm X, by the way. Nice to meet you, X. Nice to meet you too. Just innkeeper for now. Alright, well then, innkeeper, how about a super wheezy breezy drink for me? Any flavors you might fancy? Maybe something that'll make me focus more, and perhaps help me to better understand the primordial vortex? Gotcha. I kind of figured intelligence, probably Nebula the best one. I guess I could make a sunny breeze, but meh. Why do it if you don't have to, right? It just says 3. Yeah, that's fine. Or it should be fine. This should boost your focus like nothing else. Amazing! I can already feel the ideas cooking up. I think I figured out a way to get that primordial seawater to... Never mind. The explanation would be too complex to grasp, so... So... What complex reason brings you to my tavern, X? Huh? Getting away from the other smartest person in Asteria. And who would that be? Does it matter? You tell me. My sister. She's studying and driving me crazy with all her theories. They're so reasonable, you know? No chaos, but there has to be a bit of chaos in everything, doesn't there? I wonder how she gets through life with so much structure. Another new friend! I'm guessing we're meeting the last of the crew for this game, I would assume by now. At least it would make sense to me. Structure is the key to everything, young lad. Without structure, there's no chaos, and thus, there'd be no entropy. I have found entropy to be quite essential in this world. And you are... Oh, how rude of me. Top of the morning to you, lad, and to you, innkeeper, is it? Okay, why do these two characters make me think of frickin' YouTubers? Correct. Nice to meet you. Nice to meet you, too. I'm... Oh, I suppose you may call me Scully. My actual living name would be too ancient to be spoken out loud. I'm an... archivist? I've heard that word before. I have a blank. Oh, someone that archives records and stuff. Okay. At least I used to be. Now I'm dead. Somewhat. Not completely, obviously. Under mysterious circumstances, I happen to still be conscious. So, you're undead? Precisely. How? Well, I passed on, and then one day I rose from my grave. It was like a long sleep, completely knackered for thousands of years. At least I believe it's been thousands of years. What year is it? 1755? That's brutally long. So, how did you come back to life? I'm not too sure myself. I woke up and walked on like nothing had happened. Thought to myself, might as well explore the world anew. Those who'd risen with me didn't seem to be inhabited by an independent consciousness. And alas, didn't care. Those who'd risen with you? There are more like you out there? Of course! Undead rarely rise alone. They mostly serve a master. Right. However, I decided not to bother with that and go on my own way. Character information, Scully. Let's go read Scully. Kin, skeleton, age, unknown, pronouns he, him, class, archivist, background, Everbloom Archives, alignment, chaotic, neutral, arcana, the magician. Scully is a Maida and the personification... Let's try that again. Scully is a Maida and the personification of a gentleman, and he's, well, dead. Or at least he was dead for quite some time before he rose again, but, contrary to his fellow undead, he returned conscious. However, I decided not to bother with that and go my own way. Going south, I passed through Zoford and found a small little tavern. A bit like this one, more nautical in style. They had a lot of fish. I've never been a fan of seafood. Though, I got to listen to a lot of the town's gossip. So, I think from Scully, we're gonna get the rumors for the undead. And since he passed through Zoford, the familiars. So we're at least gonna get the familiars done, I think, in a sec here. Care to fill me in on that Zoford gossip? Well, apparently a well-known noble married a commoner and decided to run off with her, leaving the family without an ear. But there's more. Fishermen fear that Zoford has been cursed by a sea witch. They say the docks are being haunted by lonely animals that stare blankly at the waves and the moon all night. And during the day, they disappear like ghosts. Bit of a weird curse. Fitting for any sea witch or wild sailor's tale. Innkeeper, say, do you have a drink for this undead fella? Yeah, since this is also Zoford, I'm guessing it's gonna go with this. A drink and a mop? Just a drink. I won't be needing a mop. If you say so, what would you like? Something that loosen up this non-existent tongue. Something full of charm and appeal. Coming right up. Spoken heart? Yeah. A real charmer just for you. Jolly, I feel like I can conquer worlds with my words alone. Oh? Not that I would ever do that. I care more about words than worlds. Archivist things, you know? I spent most of my life reading, sorting, and archiving. That didn't leave a lot of time for dreams of hubris. Are you sure? Academic hubris is a powerful one. Come on now, that type hardly counts. Agreed, it's only natural. Oh, I think you've given me an idea, Bone Man. I did? Yes, if I can enhance the aging process of cells, the incubation procedure could... Alright, I gotta go. If my sister asks me if you've seen me, no, you didn't. Thanks, bye. Energetic young fella. Indeed. Oh. Got more information on X. Hexagon X. Cool. Kin, half-elf. Age, 48. Pronouns, he, him. Class, wizard. Background, zenith. Alignment, chaotic neutral. Arcana, the tower. Sorry about that. Hex is a very impulsive wizard who loves chaos and everything unreasonable. He is one of the two smartest people in all of Hysteria, with the other being his sister, who seems to be his complete opposite. Thanks to him, I also learned a new word. Theopractically. It means practically in theory. I just loves that it's again changed its name to Malachite. If you don't mind, innkeeper, I'd like to linger here a bit and enjoy the moment. Of course. Hey, innkeep, how's it going? All fine and dandy. How about you, Fable? I'm still very busy helping the farmers rebuild their barns and fences. Also, apparently a bunch have lost their crops due to how hot the stars were. It's terrible. Seeing all this destruction is terrible. I've never seen anything like this before either. Historically, the Lady of the Gilded Sea never struck me as someone to unleash baneful omens. Apologies, my manners. It's impolite to burst into a conversation just like that. I'm Scully. Fable? Nice to meet you, Fable. Again, my apologies for the impulsivity. That's alright. I was just surprised you could actually talk. Oh, no offense. I just thought, usually none take and usually skeletons don't speak. Theopractically, they don't. Theopractically? Practically, in theory. Exceptions confirm the rule. You sound like a wizard. Please don't say that. Okay, let's pretend I didn't. Scully, how did you like her drinks? Surely an experience. I can feel it gurgling in my bones. Sometimes they do that. Could you also make me a drink, innkeeper? I don't want my bones to jingle, but something that enhances my finesse would be nice. You know, you have to be very delicate with zucchini seeds or they'll give up immediately. Of course, coming right up. Swift strike. Did I not? Okay, intelligence. I was like, did I not click on it to right on the board? I guess not. Whoops. I hope this tastes refined enough. This is perfect. You know just what I need, innkeeper. Of course I do. You're my favorite, irregular after all. I am? Yes. And you're my favorite innkeeper. Thank you, Fable. So, do you think your farm work will be done soon? Oh, I hope so. Not that I don't like helping them out. I do, but I think the sooner everyone can get back to normal life, the better. Do you perhaps need a hand? I happen to have two. And I might know a thing or two about crops and fences. Sure! I could use some help carrying a few things over the Tregarin. My treehouse is just around the corner. Splendid! Sounds like a quite useful endeavor. I'll gladly indulge. Thank you. Innkeep, before we go, I have something I wanted to give you. What do you have for me, Fable? Some dried honey flowers. The farmers didn't know how to thank me, so they gave me these flowers. And you're always so helpful and nice, so I wanted to share them with you. I'm sure you already have at least 4 ideas on how to use them. Thank you very much, Fable. I'll make sure to put them to good use. Honey flower. -2 to strength, but +2 charm and swiftness. Honey flower. Honey flowers used to be rare before adventurers introduced it to local farms. Now commonplace, everyone can be inspired by their sweetness. Inspiration. Inspiration grants you the ability to extraordinarily motivate other people or persuade them to tell the truth. Ooh. So you accept donations for ingredients? Certainly, I can only get my hands on so many infusions myself. What about recipes themselves? It's always good to get more inspiration. Wonderful. In my prior life, I had access to a lot of books about magic and potion mixing. I think I still recall my assistant's favorite recipe. Recipe unlocked, first snow. First snow. Like the sun reflecting off a frozen lake, the first snow makes you feel comfortable and safe, embracing you with its frosty taste. In between hot chocolate and frozen glaciers, you'll find yourself well equipped to hike into the snowy mountains. Okay, so we'll for this specific drink, we'll need the honey flower. Do you store it under your hat? Of course, where else would I keep it? Fair enough. Thank you for the recipe. Innkeeper, thanks for being such a patient, pleasant host. I shall be on my way then, with Fable. But I'll be back, should I not crumble into a pile of bones from one day to the next. Let's hope not. I won't. I'm just joking around. I hope I wouldn't want to be responsible for that. Anyways, Innkeeper, thank you so much. You are still the highlight of my day, no matter how dark the night. See you around. Let's go, Scully. No time to lose. Did Kyle's outfit completely change? I think his outfit completely changed. It was a different color, wasn't it? Yeah, it was red and white. Okay. I'm glad I'm not dreaming. I was like, I remember it being a different color. That I was able to witness such rarity in my lifetime. Immaculate. You would get excited about a rusty nail. Of course I would! Such a splendid chemical process! Metals have a variety of chemical processes. Rust be my least favorite of them. Ruins lots of hard work. Does it now? Yep. Makes everything porous. Oh. Kyle, Rhea, nice to see you both again. Likewise, dear innkeeper, how has your day been? Can't complain. Had some interesting customers today. Ah, like that one distinguished gentleman who crossed us on our way in? Distinguished? Yeah, gentleman? Don't know. A giant top hat doesn't make you a gentleman. What makes you a gentleman? Manners. He was quite polite, I recall. Greeted me with the tip of his hat. Hello, Strix. How are you doing this evening? Honestly, same, Strix. I had a terrible headache earlier today, and it made me nauseous and not feel good, to say the least. So I am very tired. But we're here. I do feel a little bit better. So we'll see how long we go tonight. You've heard that manners maketh man. I mean, true. Very true. How have things been? What's new? What's exciting? You find everyone polite, even your slime. But Mr. Slime is quite polite. What a peculiar wall clock you have there. I feel like I've seen it somewhere before. It looks just like the clock in Evelyn's living room. It reminds me of all the times I impatiently waited for her to come home after important meetings and banquets. Do you know if that is her clock by any chance? I think that might be a story for another time. Let's not worry about it now, shall we? Okay. Say, Innkeep, have you read that letter yet? That'd be a story I'd love to hear right now. Not yet, no. Tragic. I've always loved writing letters. Innkeep, you got a drink for me. Something that'll make me tougher, so I can get through today's babbling. Of course. You want the Frosted Lagoon. Oops, I forgot to click on it. But yeah, welcome to Tavern Talk, Strix. Now that's what I'm talking about. Gift of the Great Dragons. Well, thank you. I give it my best. Can't taste that. I feel sturdier already. I've had me doubts about Ian Keep, but I must say, you know your job. So, how has the day been for you two? The usual. Splendid! It was my first day in centuries out under the rays of the sun. And how did you like it? It's brighter than I thought. The light of the sun, I mean. Rhea and I took a day trip to the capital, since I rarely get to see it full of daily life. There were so many people. Too many. Just the right amount for a city. It was so vivid, it almost made me feel alive. And everyone was able to admire my beautiful cape. Is that the cape? The cape of invisibility? It absolutely is! How curious. Does that mean you two are going to Barovia now? Huh? Why would we want to go there? Oh my god. That's probably Caliphy going live. Yep. That was the deal. I helped you get your cape, so you can attend that fancy Barovian vampire banquet and I get me gold's worth. Oh, but I got that invitation about 500 years ago. Didn't I mention that? Kyle, please. my god. No. Uh-oh, Rhea about to pop a gasket. What about me material then? Well, I can give you the gold right now if you want. Can you accompany me a while longer though? Fine. Oh, wonderful! Every second I spend with you brings me tremendous joy. What a great day to be a vampire. I got my cape back and I can walk under the sun like mortals do. Say, innkeeper, what if you thought of a new drink? The one that would taste just as incredible as the gentle and welcoming beams of sunlight feel on your oh. Hi, Judah. How are you? Oh, look, a cuddle little bear. Bet I can tell you anything and it'll just be between us and the forest. You know, like how I ate a lot of quite spicy barbecue sauce recipe I'm working on yesterday and then I forgot I had done that until I was punished in the bathroom earlier tonight. Those kinds of secrets are great for a bear. Are they though, Judah? How are you? Alright. One that would taste just as incredible as the gentle and welcoming beams of sunlight feel on your skin. That's kind of a vague description, but I think I might have something in mind already. Peak Sunrise. Ooh, that looks pretty. Peak Sunrise. The Peak Sunrise is a sweet drink that feels like standing on a tall mountain's peak. While this drink focuses on intelligence, adventurers may feel infused with the confidence and agility it takes to climb their favorite mountain range. Unsurprisingly popular with climbers and boulderers. Ah, wonderful! I wonder if my dear Evelyn would desire to walk in sunlight as well. Do you know how she is doing? Do you think I could pay her a visit? You shouldn't. I should. There smells like a reconciliation. Do you think that's a good idea? It ain't. If you guys have not checked out Judah, please do. Judah's amazing. It is. Kyle, you've stolen your cape. Do you think she'll greet you with open arms? You know what I'd do if my ex-husband stole me hammer? What? Take it and smash all he holds dear. No one takes what's mine. But the cape is mine. Is she of the same opinion, you think? Oh. Maybe you're right. It would be a shame to lose my cape again. All she'd have to do is ask. Oh, my undead Evelyn. There has never been a wish of hers I turned down. And I wouldn't do to this day. I don't want her to have whatever you have with her. I'd lose my mind. Well... Yeah, I know. Oh, how much I miss her. My heart is aching. If that's all, maybe one day she'll reach out to me? I shall miss her dearly, and I shall miss her evermore looking towards the mountain's peak, knowing she's merely a gasp away. Maybe a drink could help for now? Oh, would you do that? A drink for me? Oh, new character information on Kyle. The curse of being a vampire is outliving pretty much anyone you'll ever meet, so it's not surprising that Kyle seems to fight with abandonment issues. He has seen a few people die of old age after all. Nonetheless, he is still very attentive to others, perhaps to cherish the time he has left with them. You know what? Fair. Oh, would you do that? A drink for me? Of course. Something strong, please, dear innkeeper, so that my heart may stop aching soon. Alright. Southern Brawler, there you go. That's what I was looking for. 1, 2, 3. 1 and 1. Did you like me reading that, Judah? Is that what I'm understanding here? You didn't expect the... Fair. Fair, Judah. Made for a proper lol. Fair enough. I've been trying to practice making my voice higher, I guess, without it sounding unnatural. Which, unfortunately, at this point, it does sound slightly unnatural because it's not. It almost sounds like an Alexa voice more so than an actual voice. Hi, Vix. Hi, Peasty. Wait, I don't have. Oh, I do have Peasty. Okay. Is that a chart for JoJo reference? I don't know. I've never watched JoJo's, whatever adventure, I think. So I don't know. Hi, Vix. How are you? Hello, fairy people. Hello, Peasty. It's been a while. How are you doing, darling? How are you doing? How is Vix? Why are you crying? Never watched JoJo's Bizarre Adventure, the best anime of all time? I'm sorry. Honestly, I don't watch much TV in general, Peace. I don't watch much TV in general, so I'm sorry. Dapper forgot about us and I'm sad it threw off your entire night. I'm sorry. I'm sorry, Vix. Blame Nerpy. Nerpy told Dapper to probably not stream. Sounds like a Nerpy thing to do. Nerpy was like, Dapper, don't stream. You don't need to stream today. It's fine. No one's gonna miss you. No, I'm kidding. I'm kidding. He legit forgot about us. Oh no. That feels like a nuance thing. Is pitch preferred to tonality? Voice training in general is hard, Judah. So the thing with being trans, so a trans mask don't have to do voice training because they get the same kind of puberty that a boy turning into a man gets. But a trans femme have to take voice lessons because the vocal cords are already changed. So you have to take, you have to basically train your voice to be more femme, I guess, be more high pitched. So no, technically speaking, pitch is not completely preferred, but it is something that you do have to practice. Okay, so I know that a few of you are not subbed, and it sounds like a good place to take a break. So, alright, I am back, and as far as I'm aware, the ads are done. Alright. Just to continue where we left off, so basically, Judah, on my end right now, especially me considering I have a hard time, like, sure, when, like, I'm just going to talk with my normal voice right now. When I'm talking with my normal voice, you can see that, as you said, there's different tonalities, right? So depending on how you're expressing yourself, how you're talking, how excited you are, how sad you are, whatever, there's different tonalities, and that's gonna make your voice sound more like an actual voice, right? My personal issue with the voice training is that each time I do a different, each time I try to change my voice, I guess, I never remember exactly what pitch I'm using. So I'm trying to practice trying to only have the same kind of pitch, which is a little bit why there's no tonality, there's no like almost expression to it. because I'm not really practicing expression. I'm trying to practice pitch on its own, right? And once I'm used to having practically the same pitch, then I can try to incorporate tonality again into it. Have you been taking voice inflection lessons? Not really. There's like a video I've watched that shows a few techniques, I guess, to do it, but otherwise than that, not too much piece. You're terrible at voice stuff. You know, there's a lot of awesome coaching and learnings out there for accent and voice stuff. There really is, Judah, and that's really up to me to take more time to do it. But like Vix just says in the line under you, it sounds like a lot of work, and it really is. It really is, because one of the things that you have to change is men in general, or lower voices in general. You speak more from the chest, right? Or at least from the lungs, so it sounds deeper because of it. But women and girls, the vibration that us as men feel in the lungs, usually feel it more. It's more nasally, I guess. It's not a nasally voice, but the vibration that they feel when they talk is more in the mouth and nose, more so than down here. So basically, just like when you hum, so if I do a low hum, I feel it more in my chest. But if I do a higher hum, I feel it more in my nose. So then when I'm talking, I have to try to hum in that higher pitch, I guess, or use the technique that I use to do hum in that higher pitch, but do that in a speaking voice instead. And that's only one of the things that you need to practice. So it's a lot of work. It's a lot of work. You've been smited by the ads, just as Nerdbot foretold. I'm sorry. Yeah, I'm. That's one thing that I'm glad is that with James' help, I was able to figure out how to mix it up so that it tells when the next ads are coming. So it's easier for me to pay attention when the ads are coming, so I can either pause the game or just continue the conversation after the ads. But yeah, voice training is not the easiest thing in the world. Just one of the few things that as a trans femme you gotta train. Again, as a trans mass, so someone going the opposite direction, I guess I'll put it that way, don't really have to do any voice training. However, if they don't want, I'll just put it this way: if they don't want boobs, they have to get surgery for it. While as someone that's trans femme trying to feminize their voice, yes, you can have surgery if you want to, and some surgeries can help. They're probably very dangerous, mind you, but you can just train your voice. You can't train your boobs away. Alright, anyways. Tavern Southern Brawler. But yeah, welcome back from the ads. I can't mend your broken heart, but perhaps this helps. It does. Thank you. Excuse me. It does. Thank you, dear innkeeper. Why don't you tell the innkeep more about your day, Right. I suppose I wasn't done yet. Where was I? Your trip to the capital, busy streets, bustling with people. Roots! Roots? Roots. We admired the roots that enclose the city almost like a rampart. I finally had the chance to take a closer look. Quite fascinating. For once, gotta agree. Almost made me believe the myths are true. Myths? Myths. I've told ye, rumors has it, there are roots of the Aether tree, breaking through the surface of taking hold of Gaia, where they guard the capital. The capital is wrapped in roots protected by the divine. According to a myth as ancient as time, they are the roots of the Aether tree. I don't think I have any other rumors that stack with that. Sheesh, okay. But thank you everyone for hanging out. I really do appreciate it. Ah, yes, a very good defense plan indeed. What is Good going to do to protect the city? A city is protected with stone. Oh. I was never very involved in fortification efforts. I figured. Oh! Oh? We've also met the lovely Seraph again. How are investigations coming along?
I set out to make this.
Very well, she seems eager and determined. A detective spirit. Believe the lass made her way to Dalwell. She seems to be on to something. I can't wait to hear the story when she returns. Likewise. Say, Rhea, can we go to town and check out the antiques dealer? Oi, why? I want to see if I can find any keepsakes from the old times. Very well then, but ye won't munch on the shopkeep, will ya? Of course not. I'm well satiated from the innkeeper's creation. All right then, let's go. Goodbye, innkeep. Enjoy your shopping spree. Ooh, another new character. Well met, adventurer. Do my eyes deceive me? Minty in the flesh? Hello, darling innkeeper. It's good to see you again. It certainly has been a while. Must be hitting that 15-year mark, right? It'll be 25 soon, actually. Huh. You know how I am when it comes to keeping track of time spans longer than a decade. I'm well aware. Good that you have to drop in from time to time to remind, have me to drop in from time to time to remind you, I couldn't be more grateful. Especially when you bring Casket and Kane along. Do cute service bees still get a discount here? Always. So, what's brought you back to the area? It's not your usual haunt. No, I generally prefer something more moist. Not the word I would have used. But something akin to that. It's decidedly too arid around these parts for my tastes. And here I thought I would get to at least enjoy the recent downpour, but no. The stuff that came pouring down was unique. That's one way to put it. Destructive is another, and possibly more accurate. But I'm glad to see that your tavern hasn't suffered the same fate as many of the streets and buildings I saw on my way here. Admittedly, the journey was quite challenging to navigate with my wheelchair before. Though the scenery has always been worth the struggle. But now, I'm afraid it wasn't possible to take in much enjoyment from the passing landscape. Not when I had to pay so much attention to not endanger myself and my sweet service beast. You've told me of your struggles with traveling before. I'm sorry to hear that recent events have made it worse. Oh well, we're here now, aren't we? And I do have to say, using the primordial vortex as a way to skip your veranda stairs is a marvelous accessibility touch. Quite the impressive work, my friend. I'm glad to hear my little spells are doing their job. My little spells. I hope the cities will put similar care into rebuilding the streets. Flatter cobblestones would do wonders for many people like me. But believe it or not, I didn't come all this way to talk about the development of inclusivity in urban infrastructure. No, really? Shocking, right? I'm here on the hunt, one could say. What do you have your eyes on? Protection pearls. I've heard a few hushed whispers in my library. Folks say the pearls appear in the lonesome lagoon this time of the year. Ah, those again. Good hunting, then. Thank you. Though, while the pearls might be my main objective, I haven't decided to come to town with only a singular purpose. I need to ask you for something, innkeeper. A good drink? No. My manuscript, darling. I believe 25 years should have been enough time to proofread it, yes? Ah, of course. I finished devouring the manuscript almost as soon as you gave it to me. It just took me a while to recall doing so, you see. Since it's been so long since I definitely got done with that. Lovely. I'm glad I have such a reliable old friend to proofread my work. Would you like a drink while I try to engage my brain cells and remember where I put it? If you're offering, I'd be pleased to accept. Perhaps something to refresh my mind after my journey. I'll do my best. Yep, I figured. You want the sparkling nebula. Thank you, everyone, for hanging out, by the way. I thought very hard about making the perfect drink for you. Ah, I've missed this. Good to see your mixing skills haven't diminished one bit. In fact, I think I might be coming up with an idea for a new story. Let me note this down really quick. Take your time. So, while enjoy your mixology, no matter what you put in front of me, I'd enjoy it even more if you could recall the location of my very precious manuscript. You know, the one I lovingly worked away at for almost half a century whilst my library came to be? Certainly. It should be just below this pile. No, wait. I must have put it over there, actually. Alright, given this ongoing battle with your organizational habits, it might take you a bit longer to recover it. And I have some pearls to get to. So how about this? I'll return in around 7 days, and then I can tell you all about my pearl hunt in exchange for my manuscript. My proofread manuscript. That would be helpful. Good. It was nice seeing your weary face again, innkeeper. Likewise, Minty. Have a safe and pearlful journey. I'll try. Some days should be enough to read a manuscript, right? Oh my god, forgot to read it. Yeah, I think it's this one. Oh wait. Soford. A scandal in Soford. The lively port city of Soford is known not only for its docks, but also for its large community of mages. Lately, there seems to be something mysterious going on there. The familiars of several archmages have gone missing and are nowhere to be found. But it's a big city. There must be someone who knows something. Could their disappearance be related to the tale of the sea witch who cursed the Soford docks? Signed, Innkeep. Another day done. Act 2, Starlight Sonata, Chapter 9, Crossing the Threshold, 5th of the Astral Moon. Love you all! Good morning, innkeeper. Could you please make me a drink? I need something to wake me up and help me feel agile again. Of course, Fable. Just a moment. was trying to remember it by heart, but... 2, 3, intelligence, defense. Thank you, I feel much better already. Long night? Very. Turns out there were a lot of farmers who needed help. You regret offering it? Not at all. I really enjoy being able to help people. Before I just used to wish I could help, but I never felt competent enough to try. It's fun to try. A bit exhausting at times, but I think I much prefer this over waiting around. I still could use a bit of more practice, though. That's fair. Just make sure to you also practice taking breaks. You'll have a much easier time helping other people if you're not close to passing out yourself. That's what I have your drinks for. My drinks are not a gateway to burnout. I admire your kindness, Fable, but you too should fall under the umbrella of people you're being kind to. I mean, I am pretty good at failing. You're pretty good at a lot of things. I try. I know. Stay and have a rest now, okay? Okay, thank you. Oh, jeez, I thought we had met the full cast, but I guess not. Good day to you, innkeeper. Good day to you too, adventurer. Yes, an adventurer. This is what I am indeed. I come here seeking a drink. What a coincidence, I do happen to have some of those in stock. What can I get you? What kind of drinks do adventurers usually get? Whatever drink they desire. Then, well, I could do with something that tastes good. Hi, welcome back, Vix! What are you so excited about? Were you watching the video I sent you? Is that what you were doing? Is that why you're excited? Okay, you're extra excited. And I don't know why, because you're not telling me why. You just wanted to use your new emotes? Okay, fair. Fair enough. Yeah, the QTS emotes are great, honestly. Did Banana give you another sub? Is that what's going on here? Nope, T-Fay this time. You are all funny. Of course. Perhaps something that could protect me from my foes? Defense is the base of every adventurer's skill set, is it not? Possibly. Let's try it out. What has Vic's been up to lately? You may have mentioned you wanted them. Of course. Of course you did. You finished crocheting a blanket? I need to crochet again, honestly. And and listened to more of your audiobook and better read. Nice! Very nice. Liquid protection against your foes, now for half the price. Thank you very kindly. Is he in love with us or something? What the heck? Do you like it? Well, yes, of course. Then you should say so. I apologize, I forgot to do the thing where you say your words out loud. I get that. Now that you've required a drink, care to introduce yourself? How incredibly rude of me to forget! I am Gustav Archibald Richmond III, son of Lord Gustav Albert Richmond II and Lady Dorothea Bridget the 27th. If there's one thing that I love about older names, it's how it actually kind of flows together oftentimes. Vix, would you have been able to read that as well as I did? or say it out loud as well as I did. Oh my god. An up-and-coming hero of Winmore, and who might you be? The up-and-coming innkeeper of Zenith, happy to have you here. And I'm Fable, of the Ashen Grove. I did better than you ever could. Okay. I was kind of curious. Oh my god. I do find that a lot of those names do kind of flow well, but... Your Fable? Yes? Is that a bad thing? The Fable that saved Trengaren from werewolves? The very same. Whoa! What an incredible... Blech. What an incredible pleasure it is to meet you. And then I stumble upon words like incredible instead. I've heard so many things about you. Oh, good things, I hope? Of course! They said you single-handedly persuaded the werewolf to give up his wicked ways and reunited a family. That's one way to put it for sure. They do have a way with words. Incredible! A true hero indeed. They spoke of you helping with the aftershocks of the Starfall as well. I mean, that's a given. I need to help out when I can. You truly have the heart of a folk hero. How admirable. What about you, Lord Gustav Archibald Richmond III? What are you the hero of? Well, I'm, currently leaving my backstory era. I'm in the first act, so to speak, on my journey to become a full-blown adventurer. I've had a bit of a late start, but I shall catch up with haste. Gustav Archibald Richmond III. Human, humid, age 24, pronouns he, him, class, swashbuckler, background, Winmore, alignment, neutral good, arcana, the hermit. Archie is the noble son of an influential family from Winmore. He's quite out of touch with reality, growing up around books instead of everyday people. He wants to experience the adventurous life he always read about, especially after hearing tales of Fable, the folk hero. Nice. Fable inspired someone to become an adventurer? Also, Archie's just fine. You don't have to say the whole thing every time. Well, Archie, if it's haste you're looking for, I can help with that. Someone gifted me some golden feathers a few days ago. Prepared as an infusion for the right drink, they can hasten you up in no time. Really? That's spectacular! I always thought those things were myths or legends you only read about in books. Do you read a lot? Sometimes. Not that much. You should. You sound like someone who enjoys adventure, and books are so full of them. They are. I'm just too cool for books. Vix is definitely not too cool for books, though. Vix rather have the company of books over people, I'm sure. Books are cool. You think so? Yes, I do. I mean, look at the Innkeeper's Journal. It's super cool. The coolest. Oh. Well, actually, maybe I do read quite a bit. I'm sort of being so weird about it. Don't worry, we're all a little weird sometimes. What kind of books do you like? Anything full of adventures and heroes and adventuring heroes. They're just like me. Obviously, my parents would much prefer I read about other things, such as books on etiquette or the newspaper. I'm sure they would love it if I wrote a dissertation on the intricacies of the Dyria negotiations, or even became a diplomat myself. But I think it would fare much better as a savior of this world, don't you think? The Dyria negotiations? I'm unfamiliar. It's all terribly boring, really. They're renegotiating trade routes due to the collapse of a canal bridge that was hit by a horde of spinal rhinoceroses. It's not going all that well, because they can't agree on who should pay for the repairs? The mainland or Diria itself? Just thinking about it puts me to sleep. I crashed a spinal rhino's collapsed canal bridge connecting Diria to the mainland, spawning the worst of all things, budget discussions. Then perhaps we should get back to more exciting topics. How do you plan to start off your hero's journey? By doing something heroic, of course. What's something heroic I could do? You could start by helping the local farmers. They're still rebuilding their homes and relocating their cattle as we speak. Great idea. How much gold should I give them? Gold? I mean, I'm sure they wouldn't mind gold, but I was thinking about lending them a hand, you know, physically, with your little hands. Okay, so I would go to the farmers and ask what they need help with. Of course, that sounds... I shall figure it out. Thank you for the inspiration, Fable. It has been an honor meeting you. I hope we cross paths again. Till my next quest, Innkeeper. Till then. He's gonna fail miserably. That was... adorable? Weird. Not because of him, he heard about me being a hero? That doesn't sound right. But you are a hero. Not really, I didn't even do that much yet. Not enough to be inspiring to anyone, anyway. There are much greater heroes than me out there. He wasn't impressed by other heroes, he was impressed by you. That's... nice. You don't sound very happy about it. I am, it's really flattering, but I just don't think I did enough to deserve his praise. I'm just some elf. It's not for you to decide who's impressed by you and who isn't. Oh, back to ads. Alright. We're done. Welcome back, everyone. It's not for you to decide who's impressed by you and who isn't. I'm personally going to keep bragging about knowing Fable, the great hero of the Ashen Grove, and savior of Tregarin. Alright, I get it. Thank you, Innkeep. I'll try better to accept compliments. Vix, that includes... honestly, that includes everyone, not just Vix. That includes everyone in this chat. Get better at taking compliments, please. Everyone. We're all very bad at taking them. You're all beautiful beings that deserve love. Good. Hi, Mal. Oh, and Melly. Hello, Innkeeper. Hello, Fable. Hello, Melly, and hello, Malachite. It's good to see you both again. Likewise. Right, Mal? Can I offer you two a drink? Actually, you can offer us a quest. Are you talking about the one you just picked up by any chance? Your incredible deduction skills strike again. I'm only going to match wits here. I'm only trying to match wits here. My god. So you're interested in saving those poor familiars? I am. Missing familiars, silent wizards, clues leading to a seemingly dead end. This sounds like a case for the world's greatest detective. And her sneaky assistant. They do sound like a great team. They're not a team. But they are going on a quest together. They are not. Then why are you here? She didn't want to come here alone. Said she can't reach the quest board. Oh my god. I feel like Mal sees himself in Millie to an extent. And he just can't get away from her, even if he wants to. Even if he doesn't want to admit it. I feel that's what's going on here. And I needed a drink anyway. So, you're sending Millie on a quest? Alone? As is customary. That's how the Shadow Banes have always handled it. Just because it's tradition doesn't mean it's good. It actually sounds like kind of ridiculous and really dangerous. You're not coming with me? No. Why not? I just explained that badly. But you have to come with me. Why? It's clearly a job for 2 people. There's no job that can't be done alone. What if I need someone to sneak into the crime scene to gather evidence? Didn't you want to go on this quest to taste your stealth training? But what if I get nervous? What if I forget how to be stealthy? Or what if none of the familiars want to talk to me? I don't know, Melina. And what if I come back and what if I come back and you've been eaten by a T-Rex? Who cares? I do! Oh my god. This T-Rex threat is much lower in Zoford. If the monsters finally catch up to me, that's how it's meant to end. I think you should have run away from the monsters, not towards them. That would depend on your choice of lifestyle. Well, your lifestyle should include going to Zoford with me. Listen, Melina, even if I wanted to come with you, I couldn't. I've got obligations, things to do. You're a thief. You don't have fixed working hours, and you don't have any other friends waiting around for you. Maybe not, but I do have a sheepfish to take care of. You have a sheepfish? I do. His name is Rufus, and he doesn't do well alone. Plus, he needs to be fed, and to do his daily crossword puzzles, otherwise his wool will get strawy. Oh, well, you're right. You can't just leave Rufus alone. He'll get lonely. Yeah. I could take care of Rufus. What? Well, I live nearby, and I'm very good with animals, and pretty decent at crossword puzzles. That sounds like an excellent idea. What if Rufus doesn't like you? He will. Certainly after one of Fable's famous lullabies. You sing? Sometimes. Maybe you can sing a song about how Mal and Rufus got eaten by a T-Rex while the familiars booed me out of town. I think I'd prefer a song about you and Malachite saving those familiars instead. Right, Mal? Fine, but just this once. See it as a final exam for your training. Yay! That sounds fun! Wonderful. So do you two need any help on your quest? Don't know. What do you think, detective? Well, it's great that you would ask, mighty assistant. Please don't call me that. Okay, Mighty Mel then. No. How about John? Sure. Did it change its name to John? It did. Okay. Since there's 2 name changes today, I'm gonna need to note that down so that when I do the Jesus. Zephyr became Blaze, became Malachite, and now John. I love it so much. Oh. So John, thanks for asking. I've studied the quest given to us closely, and I have to come to the conclusion that there's only one option. This is a classic case of finding the right clues sprinkled throughout the witnesses' testimonies, and piecing them together correctly. The townsfolk, the wizard, the familiars, they'll all have different conflicting information, and we'll need to collect and untangle it all to see the whole picture. But to achieve that, we need to be charismatic enough to get the truth out of them. And for those who still refuse to talk to us, out of guilt or fear, we'll need to activate our stealth powers and find those hidden clues ourselves. Also, we should be quick so they can't destroy any evidence. I can offer you some of your golden feathers. They do come with the sweet aftertaste of haste. That way you should be able to make it to Zolford much quicker. Great idea! I think you underestimate the severity of the situation. What would you suggest instead, John? I agree with the stealth part. We could use a hint of dexterity to make sure we remain unseen for as long as possible. But I believe our focus should be on overpowering whoever is responsible for this. If they're making familiars disappear, they won't be interested in the discussion, not a fair one at least. We should fight first, ask questions later. I guess you got bored of the stealthy approach? Different problems require different solutions. If you're hitching for a fight, may I recommend fresh phoenix chilies? Some fire resistance could be a big advantage against wizards or familiars. Whether a fireball or fire breath, you wouldn't want to walk in unprepared. Does Andu have fire breath? Technically, yes, but he's usually too lazy to use it. It helps a bunch with roasting marshmallows, though. I'd love to try Andu's marshmallows. I'll see if I can set something up when you return. Thank you! I think some s'mores could also help convince those familiars to help us. That's ridiculous. A dagger would be far more convincing. I think both could work. Innkeeper, what do you think? They definitely need a little bit of dexterity for sneaking around, but what should they pair it with? Haste for quick arrival and charisma for smooth talking? Or pure strength and some fire resistance? Let me think about it. Alright. Let's try to actually remember the quest here. Yeah. A lot of these quests don't have a lot of information. Like, in a sense, yeah, I get it. I get where John is coming from. He's like, if they're getting rid of familiars, they can probably fight. But also, again, there's not a lot of information. So being able to talk to the people would be useful. Do we want to go the fighty route or the convince people to talk route? Excuse me. Still needed my book. Recipes. There we go. So either fight or charisma. Surprised you didn't want charisma and intelligence, to be honest. Okay. I think we'll go with 1,000 wins. That knocks everything they need, right? Kind of. 3 here. Is that saying 1 or 2? Do I have something? Yeah, I don't even have anything that gives 2. To haste. From other drinks other than Swift Strike, I mean. Which one was it? This one. 1,000 wins. I think this case needs a delicate hand. The best detective work is achieved through clever conversation. Ha! You're spot on! Guess this is how I die. Don't be so pessimistic. My drinks have your back. You think you're prepared to solve this case, detective? Yes! With your help, we'll complete this quest with haste. We'll be back soon. Best of snooping. I should go with them to pick up that cheap fish before they disappear into the night. Don't forget to sing him a lullaby. Rufus or John? Rufus. Right, obviously. I'm gonna go now. Have fun, Fable. Oh, you're back. Innkeeper. Chrissy, glad to see you're all right. Likewise, good to see you and your tavern are unharmed. It's quite the disaster out there. And I'm just passing through. Don't have time to stay for long. Need to check on the cottage, and the birds, and Fable. I'm sure everything is as it was. The canopies of the grove are sturdy after all. Which is why I chose to make it my home. That and the landscape. I hope your trip was nice at least. Oh, it was. It felt good to recharge and refill the creative juices. We walked a lot, actually. Almost mapped out the whole island. We also hiked to the foot of the Borean Ridge, where the auras touched the peaks. I heard the view is quite remarkable. It was. I've never seen anything like it before. It was the first time I got to catch a glimpse of them. Also caught a glimpse of the infamous Benji. Everyone told us to avoid the lonely lagoon because of her, but it's too beautiful to ignore. I doubt the Benji means any harm. Everyone yearns for a friend, after all, even scary creatures. Is that right? It gets lonely as monsters sometimes. Everyone is scared of you. People shouldn't be. No one can choose who they're born as. We should accept them as they are. I have a few patrons who'd really appreciate hearing that. Then I'd be happy to meet them. Speaking of which, I got you something. Oh? Yeah. Give me a moment here. There you go. Yeah, remember the gnomes? I actually met some. Really? They had a booth at the convention. We're selling all the types of stuff. I remembered our conversation and got you this. Ooh. This little thing here. Everyone's making me decorations. One here, one here, one here. Everyone's so nice. I thought you might appreciate it. I do. Thank you. I'll certainly always have a special place in my heart, knowing it came from you. Aw, you're such a sweet talker, but you can't trick me into giving you my name. What would I want with names? Nothing good, that's for sure. But for realsies, I have to leave now. I've been gone for too long. See you around, Innkeep. See you around, Chrissy. Take care of yourself. Always. What the? Baya, good to see you again. It's been a while. Yes, a while. A while. 6,000 years. More like 2 months. Oh, I thought I had hibernated longer. You hibernated at this time of year? It was for the Bloomtide Festival. It happens near my swamp every year during the Dreaming Moon. Druids and bards join together in search of the moon pools for 2 whole weeks. They dance, they laugh, they scatter pretty little flowers everywhere. They hope if they can satiate the land, it will lead them to the reflection of the cosmos. You mean the set of mythical lakes that's said to reflect all of the 7 moons at once? Yes, ever since the Twilight Chasm portal opened up within them a mere 30 years ago, travelers have become increasingly obsessed with bathing in their beauty. Such festivities sound exciting. No! They're loud with their songs, and they're arguing about getting lost in the endless maze of the marshes. And they walk around with torches of burning ember that they swing too close to my precious vines. Why would you bring fire into a swamp? It is a little rude. Exactly. You know, I tried to join them one time. Their dainty flowers intrigued me, and I snuck up to them, dressed in my prettiest poison ivy adorned with thorns of the undying trees. And you know what they did? What? They chased me away with their fiery brooms, chanting, "Demon, be gone!" from the top of their tiny lungs. So now I hibernate every dreaming moon. That way, I don't have to listen to their jolly tunes. Maybe you should give them another chance. Very few Gaians are familiar with the creatures of the bogs, only with the stories about their bone-crushing teeth. What's wrong with bone-crushing teeth? They think you might want to crush their bones with them. Ah, but that would be so rude. They don't think that way. But I think if they got to know you, they'd like you a lot. After all, you make the best flower crowns in all of Gaia, maybe even all of Asteria. Those sound perfect for a festival. You might be right. Maybe I'll greet them with some flower crowns next year. I could even open up a seasonal flower crown store. I'd definitely buy one. But right now, I'm awake and thirsty. Do you have swamp water on the menu today? I'm all out, sorry. Too bad. Something else then? Do you still have those drinks that make you as sturdy as the tree bark, in case their torches come near me again? In fact, I still do. Give me one moment. Something with defense, I'm assuming? Yep. Frosted Lagoon, it is. Excuse me. And this one. And this one. Liquid tree bark just for you. Oh, delicious. I feel I could devour any torch now. Thank you, innkeeper. What woke you up from your slumber, anyhow? The night sky fell into my dirt hut. It burned my favorite weeping willow to bits. I'm replanting it into many small, sniffing willows. They are feasting upon the ashes of the stars that try to extinguish them. It's a powerful nutrient. Sounds tasty. After the trees and winds and pill bugs calm down, I'd planned to go back to sleep. All that calamity made me awfully tired. But when I tried to sleep, all I could focus on was this feeling spreading in my chest. Heartburn? Loneliness? I thought I should get out there and advertise my new spa, because only crickets were visiting and they aren't very good at marketing. You know, maybe if people visit me instead of me visiting them, they won't chase me off. So I went to where I knew people could use my services, the werewolf camps in the Ashen Grove. I didn't want to intrude on their personal space, of course. So I just hung the coupons up on pieces of thin, red string in the nearby canopies. together with some jolly little bells so that the wind would announce their presence, like little spells that draw you towards the nearest mud mass. I hope they'll visit me sometime. I didn't know you opened a spa. It's new. I want to share my flowers and mud and pools with everybody so we can all look beautiful together. That sounds wonderful, Baya. Character information, Baya unlocked. Bog creature, age 555 years. Pronouns she, they, class druid, background moon swamp, alignment chaotic neutral, and arcana the lovers. Aw. Baya is an ancient creature, a swamp creature I've known for a long time. She is a very sweet soul, but other people tend to find her terrifying, even attacking her. They love spiders and opened a swamp spa a while ago. Sadly, she hasn't gotten a lot of visitors yet. Another thing that I like is in the description, they used both they and she. I agree. Can I leave some of my coupons here? Yes, of course. Thank you. Please hand them out to all your customers. I will happily share this fantastic offer with them. Happy face. You could also just come here more often and hand them out yourself. Ah, but there's no one else here, except the jackdaw. Do you want a coupon, little creature? I will leave one here in your nest. No one's here because it's almost closing time, Baya. You have to come by earlier, during the day, or earlier in the evening, or during events. But there will be people here. Yes, I believe that's the point. Too scary. I shall go now. Don't forget to hand out my coupons. Will do. End of day. Alright, and I think with that, we're going to call it a night. It's a little earlier, but like I said earlier, I didn't feel 100% today from the get-go. So,
Thanks for watching this video. If you enjoyed this video, please consider liking and subscribing and commenting down below.